Hi everyone, I hope my audio and video is clear. Just let me know in the comment section and then we're going to begin. Haji, a very good evening to all of you who's watching this video. I am Manat Sharma from Oliveboard and I'm here with this Viewpoint 360 session that we do every Sunday at 9 p.m. So I give you one question every Sunday. You have to write an answer on that, and you can share it with me. I will, I will check it live in the class and give you the feedback. Okay. Actually, this time I haven't received any answer. Okay. So all those who want to write or who have written but not submitted or who want to submit it later on, so you can send it to me on Telegram. Fine. So I have made a Telegram group for you. Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. Mannat Educator. Just type Mannat Educator and you will be directed to the group. So you can send me over there, and you can personally also from the group just send the answer to me. All right. Chalo. The topic that we're going to focus on today's lecture will be on digital personal loans. So let's check out the question that I gave you. Before that, if you want to download this YouTube class PDF, you can do it from the Oliveboard app. Just go to the courses section. There's going to be a separate YouTube class PDFs folder. You can download the YouTube class PDF from here. Alright, take care. Now, let's look at the question over here. Let's see that what question I gave you last time. Let me change the color of the pen here. Chalo. Okay. So the question I gave you was that RBI has raised concern regarding digital personal loans in the recently released financial stability report. Right. So there's this concern that the digital personal loans are related. RBI has raised some concern. What is that concern? You should be knowing about that. You have to evaluate their rise and need for RBI directions on digital lending. The digital lending is related. You have to give certain directions, RBI's directions, and you have to evaluate these directions. So in about 600 words, you had to write down the answer. Now I've always taught you that when you write an answer, the first step in your answer writing, is that you have to read the question very carefully. Read the question very carefully, right? Then step 2 is that you have to highlight the keywords. Okay, you have to highlight the keywords. Then you have to basically think of the content, what to be written. You have to think of the content that has to be written. Then comes the structure of your answer, that your answer should be divided into 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. This is going to be your structure of answer writing, right? And at last, your writing speed is what is going to matter. These are the major points that you have to cover. You have to cover it, right? Now let's look at the answer, how you can write the answer. First of all, you're going to start off with the introduction, which is going to set a stage for your entire answer. Introduction, it should be in about 20 to 30 words. 3 to 4 lines would be sufficient in your introduction part. So you're going to define what digital personal loans are and what do they mean. So digital personal loans are loans offered through mobile applications on online platforms. So you're explaining. So your initial introduction should be when you're explaining that what are digital personal loans. So these are loans offered through mobile applications on online platforms. Unlike traditional banks, these lenders leverage technology for a streamlined application process. So going away from the traditional process of lending loans, these digital personal loans are given through technology. So we are leveraging technology over here, often with minimal paperwork and near instantaneous approval. So here it does not take a lot of days, or it does not take a lot of time to approve the loan. There's minimal paperwork and instantaneous approvals are also seen. Okay, clear है till here? Sure. This ease of access caters to a wider population, including those who might not have easy access to traditional banking services. So इतने में you have written your introduction. थोड़ी सी introduction है, 20-30 words में clear है, right? Now the main portion is that you should be knowing that what concern has RBI highlighted. So you're going to first talk about the concern or the problems with digital personal loans. First of all, there is a rise in the digital personal loans. They are disbursed by digital apps. They have the highest share of overdue accounts, raising alarms for financial stability. So, if you see in the total number of loans given, the digital personal loans, they have maximum overdue accounts. They have the maximum overdue accounts. Maximum. And this is hindering the financial stability. This is hindering the financial stability. Till mid 2010s, banks frequently lent massive loans to big industries. Till 2010s, banks lent massive loans to big industries. However, many of those loans turned sour, with bad loans peaking 10% in 2017. So, bad loans have increased. Following 2017, banks reduced lending to industries and increased focus on retail sector, including personal loans, credit card receivables, housing loans. So initially, till 2017, they focused on big industries. Then for 2017, they focused on lending to the retail sector, like personal loans, credit and receivables, housing loans. Then implementation of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 helped banks recover bad loans. So in 2016, we had this new IBC code which helped the banks to recover the bad loans. The mid 2010s saw a proliferation of instant loan apps targeting younger, digital savvy consumers. And in the past 11 years, the digital lending market has grown significantly, reaching 350 billion US dollars by 2023. There's an impact on the banking sector that you can mention, that the share of retail loans has grown significantly, surpassing both the industrial and service loans in outstanding amounts. So it is impacting the banking sector because retail loans have grown, surpassing the industrial and service loans. Now, this growth of retail loans prompted RBI to implement regulatory measures. Although the overall gross NPA ratio for personal loans is reducing, reaching 1.2% in March 2024. This proliferation of instant loan apps has led to debt trap for many consumers. So, major problem is debt trap. These apps often tempt users to take more loans, more than they can manage, because it's very easy to take loans digitally. When it becomes easy, then they take more of loans, and then they're usually in this debt trap. Right. Now, what is RBI's concern basically? Slippages or fresh additions of bad loans from retail loans, excluding home loans, have been increasing rapidly. So, these retail loans, the amount of bad loans in case of retail loans, have been increasing, forming 40% of the fresh non performing assets in 2024, which is a lot. Delinquency levels, especially for personal loans below 50,000, is high. That means delinquency levels in the sense when you're not able to pay back the money. Many of these loans were sanctioned by NBFC fintech lenders through digital apps. The delinquency rate is highest among borrowers under 25 years, which is at 5%. For 26 to 35 age segment, it is 3%, 36 to 45, 2%, 45 years and above 1%. So this is a major problem which we are actually facing in case of digital personal loans. And what are the other factors that mandated the need for RBI's directions on digital lending? These are as follows. Okay. Exorbitant interest rates, hidden charges. So by some platforms, due to information asymmetry, so some platforms do not have enough information, so there is this interest rates are very high, there are hidden charges, there are unethical recovery practice, harassment, coercion by recovery agents. This has been reported. Proliferation of unregulated and fraudulent apps also. So these digital lending apps are fraud also, operated without proper oversight, which is leading to consumer harm. Then there is mis-selling also. Borrowers are not fully aware of loan terms, or maybe matched with unsuitable products. There are data privacy breaches also. Sensitive borrower data can be mishandled by third party service providers. Right. Now, what are the directions? That is what has been asked. You have to evaluate these directions. So, firstly, defines these directions define digital lending. So, they have defined digital lending as a remote and automated lending process by use of digital technologies for customer acquisition, credit assessment, loan approval, disbursement, recovery, etc. So, this has been defined by RBI. This is an automated lending process which is used by digital technologies. Who does it apply to? Commercial banks, primary, urban, state, central cooperative banks, NBFCs, including housing finance companies, and all India financial institutions. So this criteria, where is it being applied to? That is also being mentioned over here. Thirdly, mandatory reporting of digital lending apps via the RBI centralized information management system. So this mandatory reporting of these apps should be through RBI's CIMS portal, which is your centralized information management system, so that there can be transparency, and there should be legitimate digital lending apps. So fraud को रोकने के लिए basically we've done that. Then enhanced diligence, so by the financial entities basically, on lending service providers, technical capabilities, data privacy, borrower conduct, and regulatory compliance should be there. Fine. So these lending service providers, this is an agent of financial entity who carries out digital lending functions on their behalf. Okay. Then comes disclosures to borrowers. Financial entities, LSPs, they must disclose key details like terms and conditions, privacy policies. These have to be disclosed. Then if we talk about grievance redressal officer, then a grievance redressal officer should be appointed by LSPs in order to deal with digital lending related complaints. So there should be a special officer for grievance related problems. Right. Then once you have identified the problems and the concerns and the directions, you can provide certain steps to ensure the smooth recovery. You have to, this has also been asked. So firstly, focusing on financial technology. So we need to encourage the fintech companies to develop recovery tools like automated repayment plans, debt consolidation options, continuously monitor the loan performance, identify potential delinquencies. Then credit worthiness assessment, explore alternative credit scoring models that consider factors beyond traditional credit history like income stability, financial behavior patterns. Then improved efficiency. Digital NPA recovery processes can be streamlined compared to traditional methods. Automating tasks like communication, data analysis, it's going to free up resources for other areas. Then we have we can use the legal recourse also, utilize debt recovery tribunals in order to facilitate recovery dues. We can leverage Lok Adalat Sarfaisi Act for efficient recovery. Right, and in the end, you can give a sound conclusion that India is on the verge of digital lending revolution, and making sure that this lending is done responsibly can ensure the fruits of this revolution, are realized. Digital lenders should proactively develop and commit to code of conduct that outlines the principles of integrity, transparency, and consumer protection with clear standards of disclosure and grievance redressal. Apart from establishing technological safeguards, educating and training customers to spread awareness about digital lending is also very important. Now, if you see this conclusion over here, today only one student had this doubt whether we should criticize or we should provide criticism or not. So you have to make sure that even when you are criticizing, it should be constructive criticism. Your criticism should be constructive. You have to be neutral. You have to highlight the positives also, and along with that you can say that there are gaps and we can improve upon that. So your answer should end on a very positive note. It should not be on a negative note. Answer should be ended on a positive note, because an officer should always be optimistic and never pessimistic. Don't criticize it in that way. Fine. Okay. So this is what I wanted to discuss with you. This is the answer. So introduction, very briefly talk about digital personal loans and what they are. Then why are they a concern? Then the directions you can talk about, and then steps to ensure smooth recovery. I hope this is clear to all of you. Acha, if you want to send me your answer, you can send me on Telegram. Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. Okay? Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. You can send me your answer over here. I will evaluate it for you. ठीक है? अच्छा, अब नेक्स्ट टाइम के लिए क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं कि कौन सा क्वेश्चन आई हैव मेड फॉर यू ओवर हियर, सो दैट यू कैन राइट डाउन एन आंसर, एंड नेक्स्ट टाइम फिर हम उसको भी डिस्कस कर लेंगे. ठीक है, चलो. So India recently completed 10 years of Digital India initiative, which has laid the foundation for world-class DPI, digital public infrastructure. So here we are talking about 10 years of Digital India. 10 years of Digital India. I have taken up a class also on this. So अगर आपने देखना है, you can see that data over there. I have taken a very data heavy class. उसमें बताया भी है कैसे यूज़ करना है. तो आप ये वाला क्वेश्चन वहाँ से भी कर सकते हो. यूट्यूब पे चेक करो, डिजिटल 10 years of Digital India, Oliveboard, वहाँ पे you will get the YouTube class video, है ना. So India recently completed 10 years of Digital India initiative, which laid the foundation of world class DPI. What is digital public infrastructure? So what is DPI? ठीक है, what is DPI? Your first and foremost keyword. Highlight its significance, second significance, and policy priorities to scale it over the next decade. That means you have to provide solutions also how to scale it up. ठीक है, this is for 10 marks, 400 words. So write down an answer and you can share it with me. अच्छा, यहाँ पे एक Google form will be attached, so you can send your answer in that. ठीक है, okay. Apart from that, you can enroll in this batch also, RBI Grade B Complete course for phase 1 and phase 2. You will get ESI and FM classes. You will get QRE and GA classes, ESI Finance and Management. Books you are going to get, downloadable magazines, monthly magazines, mock tests will be there. So you can enroll now in this batch. Apart from that, if you do want to enroll in any batch, then you can take up this free preparation kit wherein complete guide, RBI Grade B complete guide is there, 100 plus economic and finance terms, RBI Grade B PYQs, budget highlights, Air 1's notes, 60 plus model ESI and FM descriptive answers, quant and reasoning formula ebook, 20 model essays, 500 GA MCQs, management MCQs. Okay, so you can take that up. Alright, so that is all from my side. That is what I wanted to discuss with you. I hope things are clear. I hope you don't have any doubt. Thank you so much from my side. And if you want to connect with me beyond these sessions, then Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. You can connect with me over here. Fine. Thank you so much. Have a good night. I will see you all in my next one. Bye-bye.